Hey guys, it's almost Halloween time, and I've been gone for a while. I know, and I've been gone actually since September. So I haven't uploaded in a hot minute, and I will be doing a video, which will be coming out Saturday, which is going to be me going over the reasons why I took a step back and the effects of Hurricane Helen, the one that hit the Carolinas really hard, and of course going over the situation with Remnant, whatever fucking incels dude's name is, whatever fuck. I'm going over that situation. But this one's more of an unboxing slash comparison slash review video. So I love horror movies. You guys know this. I've shown off my Scream Factory collection on YouTube before. I mean, one of my prized possessions is the Scream Factory Friday the 13th box set collection that has every single Friday the 13th film under one box. And I still do love Scream Factory. Scream Factory is a great, like, marquee kind of, not more than marquee, it's more of like if you want specific, like, special, like, horror movie releases for Blu-ray or anything like that, physical releases, you go through them. However, there is one company I've been keeping my eye on that I wanted to buy from, Arrow Video. Now, they're not necessarily targeting towards horror movies. They do them, but two of their releases this month I was really interested in. However, I only really had the money to get one, and I wound up going with my all-time favorite. Now, every October, every Halloween, more specifically, I watch one movie. It's a cycle I always do. It's kind of like how people watch a specific Christmas movie on Christmas. I watch a very specific movie on Halloween, and that movie is Trick or Treat. And I am a huge fan. I mean, I do have a T-shirt. I have the NECA action figure of Sam. I have the Spirit Halloween exclusive Sam Funko Pop with the jack-o'-lantern and the sack. And I do have the beanie. It is somewhere around here of Sam's face. However, one of my favorite things I ever bought was whenever I finally got rid of my DVD release of Trick or Treat and got the Scream Factory Blu-ray of Trick or Treat. This was a phenomenal release. It was one of my favorites in my Scream Factory collection for a reason. It was a great transfer, even though it was a bit box standard. It made up for it with a ton of commentary and special features that really delved into the making of Trick or Treat and the impact this movie has had on the horror community as a whole. And I will say, if you've never seen Trick or Treat, absolutely give it a watch. It is a phenomenal anthology horror movie. It's done by Michael Dougherty, who does amazing work, and I do wish he would come out with another anthology movie, maybe. Not necessarily a Trick or Treat 2, but I would love to see him tackle another season, because if you also didn't know, he did Krampus, which is another great underrated gem if you've never seen it. But Trick or Treat holds a special place in my heart. I watch it every Halloween. And this was the release I've been watching since its, honestly, big release. I believe this came out in, I know it wasn't, I think it was 2016? It might have been later than that. I'm not 100% certain when this release came out. I know I bought it when it first came out, but I didn't have a chance to pre-order it because I was late on the pre-order, so I didn't get the poster or the pin set. I just got the Blu-ray release. Nevertheless, this was a great release, and I absolutely love it, even though the resolution, the transfer itself, is just a box standard transfer. There's nothing special about it. It is your typical Blu-ray look. Nothing's been cleaned up. Nothing's been, like, it's just a standard release. They just made up for it with a ton of special features. I mean, if you look on the back, all that's like special features and commentary and all that. So, I do love this release. However, my main thing was hoping Trick or Treat would finally get that 4K treatment that it deserved. And there was a rumor that Michael Dougherty and Warner Brothers were actually doing a 4K release. And I was thinking they were going to do it through Warner Brothers, but in reality, it wasn't going to be done through them. It was going to be done by a different company, which means it could be done by a wide variety of the, I guess they call them bouquet, whatever it is, like physical release shops. I was hoping Scream Factory, but another company got it, Arrow Video, and I did pre-order it, and this is the Arrow 4K release of the movie. Now, I have had time to watch this one, and I did watch this one with it, to do a comparison, to see how they look and compare all the different special features and all the different, much better this one looks in comparison to the Blu-ray release. Now, price-wise, this is still going to be your cheaper option. You can get this for around $20. This one's getting hard to find, as on Arrow's website, it is completely sold out, and on Amazon, I think it's still sold out. If not, I'm not 100% sure. But let's get over packaging, because let's be honest, physical releases are all about its looks and also about the transfer, but it has to look good on your shelf. So I will say this one, the Arrow, is a very much thicker release. If you look at the spine and the case itself, you'll see how much thicker this release is. And I will say I do love the spine for the Arrow release, but this one's a much thicker case, and it has a lot more heft. So if you're worried about a thicker case, you might want to stick with your Scream Factory, which is just your typical Blu-ray kind of size. This one's a thick chungus boy. But packaging wise, I actually do love the artwork of the Scream Factory a bit more. I do love the look of it. But the Arrow one is still pretty good. It's kind of like a vintage poster look, which I do love. And of course, you do have the signature Arrow rainbow. This is actually my first Arrow release, and I will say this is not going to be my last one either, because I'm thoroughly impressed, but we'll get more into it later. But when you take off the sleeve, you do have reversible artwork. Now, I already reversed this artwork. The original artwork that was shown was actually the slipcover artwork. But what's crazy is that with Scream Factory, they also do reversible artwork, but it's the same artwork. However, I do think with the Arrow rainbow, it does look cooler with the Arrow logo. So, I mean, it's up to preference on what you want. They both do come with the poster tagline too. So it's a bit weird. It's up to personal preference, but I do think the black on black with the 4K case and the Arrow stamp makes it look a bit cooler than this one, but that's just my opinion. Now with the Blu-ray release, if you pre-ordered, you got a full-size poster and a pin set. I didn't pre-order, so all I got was this. And honestly, you can take out the disc, you'll see the reversible artwork right there. But all you got was just this disc. And I'm not saying that's bad, right? I'm not. It wasn't really like a big box set. I mean, it's just a Blu-ray release. However, with Arrow, they went all out. As soon as you open it up, you do get your disc. However, you do get some stuff inside of the case. For instance, you do get some postcards. Well, not postcards, it's more art cards. So you do get art cards of specific scenes and scenes being shot from Trick or Treat. And they're all, to me, really gorgeous looking. Especially this one. This one's my favorite. All of them look great. All of them just look absolutely amazing. And I love the fact they came with little art cards. It's so cool. Next up, you have a booklet, which basically goes over the reception and the making of Trick or Treat with some scene photos in it. I've already looked through this. It's pretty fucking badass in my opinion. Up next, you have a poster. Now this one, no matter what, when you buy it, it will always come with these things. These are not pre-order, like, only things. You get this by just buying the Arrow release, which I do love. It makes you feel like you're not missing out. But this is one side of the poster, which is the Arrow artwork. And then here's the other side of the poster, which is the original poster artwork. Now, price-wise is where, if you're not super into Trick or Treat, if you're just looking to collect horror movies, I will say go for the Scream Factory release, as that one is usually cheaper. The 4K release, I will only really recommend to the fans of Trick or Treat, even though I do think everyone should give this movie a watch. I know there are probably people out there who don't necessarily like the movie or have never seen it and just don't want to get a 4K. So that is also completely understandable. But all in all, in terms, I will say the slipcover is a bit weird. It makes me scared I'm going to mess up the plastic, but I think that's just the sound it makes. Overall, as someone who loves Trick or Treat, in terms of packaging, I do love the look of the 4K release. However, I do prefer the artwork from the Scream Factory release of Trick or Treat. Both are great looking. But let's break down content. Now, the Scream Factory at the time had the most features of any Trick or Treat release, which is pretty standard. Scream Factory does a lot of bonus features in their Blu-ray releases and their 4K releases. Case in point, if you bought Alligator on 4K through Scream Factory, you got like 3 or 4 different versions of the fucking movie. Same thing with The Thing on Blu-ray. This came with a pretty decent amount of things. You got like the Tales of Folklore and Frights, interviews, a storyboard, like a slideshow, additional scenes, the Trick or Treat Season's Greeting, which is like the original short this movie was based off of, that was made by Michael Dougherty. And you do get the commentary with it. How did many of our scare season traditions start? The school bus special effects comparisons, extensive still galleries, and the theatrical trailers. Pretty much a lot, and a lot of commentary. This thing has a fuck ton of shit. It just has a brand new restoration from Arrow Films, approved by writer-director Michael Dougherty. It has a bunch of commentary. There's a lot. I mean, this right here alone are all of the commentaries and special features. There's a lot. And in terms of picture quality, I mean, it's an unfair comparison. I will say, as a person who has watched the original Blu-ray release and the Scream Factory release, because my friend actually had the original Scream Factory, not Scream Factory, the original Trick or Treat release that was done by Warner Brothers, which there's a reason why Warner Brothers doesn't do the transfers anymore. This was the best looking at the time, but this one is absolutely fucking stunning. I mean, man, this is probably the best way now to watch Trick or Treat. Gorgeous transfer, barely any film grain, crystal clear. Just the sound with the Dolby Audio is super, because this one uses DTS, this one uses Dolby Audio, and there's so much of a difference. The best way I can say in terms of review is this gets a big thumbs up for me as someone who's a big physical collector. However, your mileage may vary. If you're someone who is just watching Trick or Treat for the first time, I would highly recommend just picking up this Scream Factory Blu-ray, or watch the movie on Max. They're both the best ways to watch it if you're first time watching it. However, if you're a big fan, and if you can manage to get your hands on this thing, because it is getting sold out, even on Arrow, it is sold out. Definitely get your hands on it. Price-wise, this one's rather affordable. They had a pre-order sale, so normally apparently according to them through Arrow, they discount their releases for pre-order and then have it standard after it releases. So it entices you to pre-order it because it's at a cheaper price. This one was $35, which is honestly, for the art cards on the inside, the poster, the booklet, the beautiful transfer, it is definitely worth the money. This one will cost you about $15 to $20 depending, which is still not a bad price for something like this. It just depends on what you want. I do recommend it. I do recommend this wholeheartedly. Yeah, great fucking transfer. A ton of content. Anyways, guys, hope you guys have a fantastic day. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys next time.